If you are a California small business or you are self-employed, including independent contractors, and your self-employment income has been impacted by a California state disaster, such as the wildfires, then you may be eligible to receive disaster unemployment assistance in the amount of up to $450 per week. Self-employed are not usually able to claim unemployment benefits because we do not pay taxes into the unemployment system. However, at times of declared disasters, oftentimes a federal program called DUA kicks in. Disaster unemployment assistance allows self-employed workers to claim up to $450 per week for up to 26 weeks during times of disasters. If your county has been approved to receive DUA, then you need to apply with the California EDD in order to receive these benefits. I want to walk you through every step of the application to receive DUA for self-employed unemployment so that you can start to claim benefits during this time. First, this video is sponsored by Claimr. Over the past several years, thousands of my viewers have given overwhelmingly positive support for this service, which has allowed them to contact frustrating government and business phone lines that are typically way too congested and have a way too long of a wait line, making it impossible to get through, get your problem solved, and claim your benefits that are owed to you. A few minutes with an agent can potentially save thousands of dollars in penalties, fees, and interest, and unlock funds that you could not access previously. Claimr stays on hold and connects users directly to agents. There is no hold time on the customer's end. They handle the calling, dropped calls, and hold time. Placing a call is easy. All you need to do is select the phone line that you want to call, select priority if you want the fastest call back, and click call. What do I do while I wait to drink this coffee? This is not fresh. That was not fresh. They have an AI chatbot here that is going to be able to answer your questions while you wait on hold as well. Scared me. This is my callback from the EDD. Click the link in the description down below to use Claimr. Before you apply, it's very important to understand that you are going to be required to provide documentation that proves that you have been earning or are entitled to earn self-employed income that is affected by the disasters that are approved. Make sure that you are prepared and ready to submit within 21 days of filing your application documents such as tax returns, contracts, bookkeeping records, or affidavits that prove your claim to self-employment income. Failure to provide these is going to result in the EDD coming back and trying to take back the benefits, in addition to a penalty and fees and a long, frustrating process. So I want to make sure that you are ready to go with your documentation before you complete the application. Visit edd.ca.gov and scroll down to the claims section where we see file a claim for unemployment, disability, or paid family leave benefits. Click on unemployment benefits. Scroll down and click Apply Now. If you already have an EDD account created, then you can log in now, and if not, you're going to create an account. To create an account, you're going to be asked for your email, to confirm your email, to create a password and confirm your password, specify your written language preference, and click the button here to agree to keep your contact information updated, accept emails about the account, and report any fraudulent activity to the EDD. Once you have created your account, or if you already have an account, they are going to ask to verify your identity. Yes, this occurs at every single login because the EDD has had many issues with fraudulent claims in the past, and now they have added an additional barrier to verify your logins. Once you have logged in, click on UI Online for unemployment. Next, click File a New Claim. Click Next to proceed on to the application. In the past 18 months, did you work in another state, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, or Washington, D.C.? Yes or no? In the past 2 years, have you applied for unemployment or disability benefits in another state? Answer yes or no. Did your employer, union, or non-union trade association give you one of these unemployment forms? In the past 18 months, did you serve in the U.S. military? Yes or no. In the past 18 months, did you work for the federal government? Select yes or no. in the past 2 years have you applied for unemployment or disability benefits in California? Lastly, are you under 18? Once you have entered all of your selections here, go ahead and click button at the bottom to go to the next screen. Next, you're going to be asked to verify your identity using ID.me. Click the button here. If you do not have an ID.me account, you're going to click Create an ID.me account. You can choose how to verify, either self-service, which takes 5 to 10 minutes. You're going to upload a driver's license or state ID, passport or passport card, and capture a selfie, or you can schedule a video call, which takes up to 20 minutes. I'm going to select my identifying document as my driver's license or state ID, and then enter in my mobile phone number. First, take a photo of the front and the back of your photo ID. You're going to receive a text message that looks like this, and it is going to give you a link that you then click on, which will allow you to upload your documents. Once you have taken a photo with your camera and it is in your phone ready to go ahead and click on Start Document Upload. Once you have submitted your photos, ID.me is going to prompt your camera to allow access so that they can have you take a selfie to verify your face. You want to make sure that you are in a well-lit area, that you remove anything that covers your face, such as glasses, hats, or masks, and you want to avoid bright lights directly behind you. Hold your device straight in front of your face and avoid angles. It's going to take a few minutes to process the video selfie, and then it will confirm once you are done. Next, you're going to be prompted to enter in your social security number. After you confirm that the information that they show of your personal details is true and correct, then you are going to click Continue. Next, click the authorization screen to allow access to the following personal details to be sent with the EDD. Make sure your personal details on this screen are correct, and then select your gender identity, and if you have used other names, enter them below. Next, enter in your mailing address, including your address, city, state, zip, and select if your home address is the same as your mailing address. Select the county or area that you live in, and select the phone number that the EDD can reach you at if they have any questions, followed by the phone type. Next, select your payment options. If the EDD approves your application, then they will begin to send out benefit payments using the following method. You can select direct deposit, debit card, or mailed checks. Direct deposit is going to be the fastest way to receive your funds, with funds deposited within 3 days after approval. Next, select if you're a U.S. citizen or national. Then enter in your demographic information, including what your highest level of education is, if you are a U.S. military veteran, what race or ethnic group do you identify with, if you have a disability, and your language preferences. Next, you're going to be asked about your employment information. Keep in mind that they clearly specify if you are self-employed, do not list yourself as the employer. Only include work from an employer that you receive a W-2. Because you are self-employed, you will select No and move on to the next screen. Answer if you work at an educational institution. Next, you're going to be asked, what job do you normally do? In order to fill this in, you must click Add Job. After you click Search, it's going to show you lots of different options, and you're going to choose the one that best suits you. Next, you need to type in what other sorts of jobs you can perform here, because you're going to be required to look for available work moving forward. Next, if you work any of these specifically seasonal only jobs, then you will need to note that here. Next, specify if you expect to return to work from a past employer and if you have a confirmed date to return to work. Next, you must be able to accept a job that is similar to the job that you normally do. You must be willing to accept work from an employer if offered, so select Yes. Next, specify if you're a member of a union or non-union trade association. If you are currently receiving a pension or retirement income, then note that here. Next, are you currently receiving workers' comp? Are you attending or have a date to start school or training? And in the past 18 months, were you one of the following? Next is the one that applies to you. Are you unemployed or working reduced hours as a direct result of a recent disaster in California? Those of you applying for Disaster Unemployment Assistance, DUA, this is the spot where you absolutely must check yes. The disaster type is going to be selected as fire. Next, specify what county you lived in. The EDD has a specific list of counties and disaster areas that are approved to receive DUA. Next, if you are not able to get to work because of the disaster, select yes. If your travel is not impacted, then select no. If you select yes, you're going to have to list out the counties that you travel through in order to get to work. Next, specify how the disaster impacted you. The options from the list include unemployed or reduced hours at current job, new job delayed, self-employment stopped, new self-employment job delayed, or became head of household. Next, specify on average how many hours you worked per week before the disaster. Next, provide more details about how the disaster impacted your self-employment. I'm going to type in something that is an example. Do not copy exactly what I write, but instead you will need to write your own information here about how your unique work scenario has been impacted. Next, enter in your work location here, including the address, city, state, and zip code. Lastly, you're going to be shown a summary of the information included in your application, and you're going to be asked to select that it is true and correct. Now, I am not submitting my own application for real, so I cannot click the submit button and show you the next confirmation screen. So I must stop here. I have been told by some of my viewers already that the confirmation screen at the end is glitchy and they are not seeing a formal confirmation screen at the end. If that happens to you, feel free to contact the EDD by calling into their phone line to confirm that they have received your application. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. If you have trouble contacting the EDD, their contact information is available here, but their line is often very busy, very long wait times, and very difficult to get through. So if you have trouble and you want a faster way to contact them, click the link in the description down below to use Claimr.